Hello, welcome back to the channel. Jonathan Pemberton here. It's with the Wild. It's a cold, rainy day, but we're going to start doing our preparation for the garden. So we're going to start doing our seedlings. I've got the list of when to start things. So we're a couple days late for our tomatoes and our peppers, but we're going to start them anyways. But before we do that, I had some very old plum seeds, apple seeds, and some hardy kiwis and some other random stuff. Probably none of them are viable, or maybe very few are, but I have a lot of seed here. So I've got these trays filled with soil. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sprinkle all the seed in, cover them up, and if we get like one plant out of hundreds of seeds here, or maybe even 10 in the end, it's better than throwing it away. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to see if we can get some fruit seeds going.
I might just do this.
Okay, so the first one I'm going to do is just these Antinovica apples. These are like a Russian apple. They use them culinary and they keep well. I think these ones keep for like around 3 months. But a lot of people use these because they're very hardy for rootstock. So maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe we'll keep some. Anyway, see if there's any mold. Doesn't appear to be any mold. So they do have a fruity smell about them though. You smell that?
No.
Oh. Alright. I need to get all of them because
Raspberry.
and did I say the kiwis were going in this one with the sea
Yeah.
buckthorn? Okay.
I think.
So this stuff should have went in there, I think.
There was a lot of seeds. We can put them in the pot.
No, you don't need to worry about there being too much seed. It's better to have all the random ones, like the raspberries and that is easy to determine.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's on a stick.
All right, so the seeds that I'm going to start now, I've got some red onions and I've got some white. I've got a mix of different peppers. Some are sweet, some are hot, some are mild, like jalapenos. I've never tried this one before. It's called a Gypsy Hybrid. And then I've got, what is this, Hungarian hot wax? No, habanero and some sweet bananas. So I'm going to do quite a bit of peppers. The goal is to try to make some hot sauces, maybe some spicy salsas, and then have some eating and then some drying as well. Like I've got some cayennes somewhere. Yeah, I got some long cayennes there. And then I've got some mixes. And then I've got a couple, one is a mix of cherry tomatoes, and then one is some yellow pear-shaped. Mostly what I'm going to be doing is some Romas. But I'm also going to be doing one's called Scotia. I've never tried that before. It's a local tomato, and that would be probably, I would imagine, more of a eating slicing for your sandwiches and whatnot. And then I've got a beef steak, so I'll do some beef steaks. I've got some tomatillos. We love green salsa. We love Mexican food, so we're going to try to make some green salsa as well. And I hated eggplant as a child. No offense to my mom, but she came up with this idea to start making us eggplant every day when she found out about it. And we thought it was nasty. We used to go and throw it out the window to the dogs just at the side of the table there. But I've grown up now, so I'm going to try eggplant again and see if it's good. I know there's a lot of, I think, Greek dishes that use it, so we might try something like that. So anyways, this we're going to start with today. And then in a couple more weeks, then we got to start things like our, what do we have to try? Our cucumbers and our, what are the green ones like cucumbers, but not like cucumbers.
Zucchini.
Zucchinis, cucumbers, and some other stuff I've got it kind of lined up. But this is today's mission, so I'm going to get going with that. So we like to use, usually this company, it's ProMix. We like that it's got mycelium in it, so it's myoactive. And we just find that we have better results. So we're going to use this for our veg. We use just some cheap stuff for the fruit trees that we are not sure if it's going to work. But we wouldn't really use that stuff on our veg. That's from the dollar store, so it's kind of questionable. But anyways, gonna get this into here. This is how we like to kind of fill up our trays. Uh-oh. So we find the easiest way to fill up the trays is just to fill up these totes, because once we've kind of filled up whatever we want for the day, we can just put the lid back on. The mix that we use comes kind of vacuum sealed, so it comes as a big block, as you saw before, and it just kind of, you got to break it and kind of get her more soft and fluffy to fill up this stuff, and then we just kind of like roll it over, and then once we have sort of all of the holes filled up flush, then we kind of push it down dense. What I noticed years ago when I was doing it, I was kind of leaving it all nice and fluffy in there and just kind of being so gentle and filling them up, and then you water and it just like it just pulls all that sort of pro mix down and leaves the seed right at the top. And then you'll see the roots kind of growing sideways, and it's just a nightmare. And we find when we push that down and it's nice and firm, it has no negative effect on the plant at all. Actually, it just seems to have more of a positive one. And it is more of a similar sort of density than you would see the plants growing out in the wild anyways, because the ground isn't super fluffy. So that's what we like to do, and that's what we're going to keep doing. So that's one row. Well, it's getting nice and sunny out, so I'm going to leave Nikki in here to finish off doing the planting. We got quite a bit of stuff. Cherry tomatoes, tomatillos, Roman tomatoes, red onions, white onions, some mixed peppers. Even going to try the eggplant. So I'm going to get outside. I got the saw out there, I got the Jenny on, and see if I can make a couple garden beds or something. Okay, so over here I've got some larch that's milled up. This stuff is about 1.5, a little bit under 1.5 by 8 inches. So I'm going to use that for the garden beds. Okay, so here's the first bed. It's exactly 4 feet. The inside diameter or dimensions is exactly 4 feet wide and 8 feet long and 16 inches deep. So the plan is to fill the bottom with rotten logs from the woods. Well, first we're going to lay cardboard down and then rotten logs, and then we'll come in either with manure or topsoil or maybe do some layers, and then I'll probably give a fine layer of compost on top. But first, even though this is larch, it's very rot resistant and fungus resistant, rot resistant, and insect resistant. It's still wood, and we're still going to be putting it through some, hard stuff, having that moist soil and stuff in there and all the biology in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to Sugi ban it, which is the process of just burning it, and that makes it even more rot resistant and insect resistant. So we're going to start with that right now. Okay, so this is after doing the Sugi ban. This is the Japanese technique. They've been doing it since I want to say the 1700s. It's a long-term effect. It has really good preserving capabilities of the wood. I think the reason why it works is it kind of takes the carbon, or maybe it just leaves pure carbon on the outside, and it gives it a nice coating on the outside. But I actually think it looks absolutely beautiful. Let me know what you guys think. We're going to be doing this to all of our garden beds. We're using the lumber, we're milling the trees. It's a lot of work, to get to this point. So the longer that we can keep these things going, the better it's going to be. So anyways, that's how she looks, and I like it. So the wife's over here, she's planting more bulbs. These are all bulbs that, like flowers that attract hummingbirds. So basically have this all cardboarded to kill any of the grass. We came in here with the shovel and a little, what are they called? One of those little broad forks, and we just kind of loosened up the soil, and then we covered it all with cardboard, and then we have the rocks keeping the cardboard down. And then she's cutting through the cardboard, putting the bulbs in to the soil, and then it's going to all get covered with a mulch of like wood shavings, and well, essentially it's going to be wood shavings and pig manure, and then we'll probably put wood shavings on top. But and then we should have a pretty good, beautiful garden that's going to attract some hummingbirds for us. We've got some of these things. How do you say that? Larch spicata, Gladiolus Botswana, Crocusmia lucifer. Well, that one sounds a little devilish. And it's pretty much mostly those. And apparently the hummingbirds love them, so hopefully we'll see this summer a bunch of hummingbirds around here. First time watering is always super annoying. The soil is really dry after sitting wherever it's been sitting all winter, and it's very difficult for it to actually absorb that water. It's always better once the compost mix has been hydrated, then it can absorb the water a lot better. But also, as it's taking water, it just kind of creates these ripples through it. You got to kind of fix that later on. Pretty sure that it's probably way easier just to fill at the bottom and let the soil kind of bring the water up through osmosis. Pretty sure that's what these things are designed for. I don't know why I've been doing every single one. It's probably supposed to do it through osmosis. Anyways, we'll try this out. We'll check it in the morning and see if it's done its job. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for today. We got some stuff planted, got a garden bed made, got it all burnt up. It's going to do the watering, and hopefully we have an awesome garden this year. Anyways, guys, have a good one. See you in the next one.